Hey, Hewitt, how's it going? Second time here. I've grown a little bit. I grew an inch since I was last here, so I just need everyone, make sure you get that on the camera, that there's an inch more. Maybe it's hair, but that's fine. This is how to make literacy cool, okay? This is my story. I'm writer, born writing. This isn't a poem, just for the record. I'm writer, born writing, and like Max said, I started a publishing company. It all came out of me wanting to share my personal story with other people, me believing that my story was important enough to share with other people. There are 5 ways to get to where I come from, none of which are particularly fast or safe, but should you take the 2 train on through Harlem, you may run into what's left of the man who once punched a door near my face and reminded me that we all need to get in touch with reality. Around Gun Hill, you'll run into Brother Mo, selling black soap to keep your brown intact. He'll tell you always black on black. You ain't too brown to go green. I get lost in our color schemes. My neighborhood is like the United Nations. Everyone loves in different languages. Everything is a negotiation. Where I'm from, some only speak shoelaces, running. Some only speak fairy tale cunning. The voices manage to hide until puberty, when they're forced to forge words into swords. Where I'm from, pickup lines are battle cries. And music is your only defense on the front lines. Many are slain. And Mr. Ortiz writes a check with someone's name on it. There are tulips on the corner with someone's name on it. Romance doesn't get more concrete jungle. Where I'm from, there are lovers and fighters. But the non-believers won't cross the Bronx Expressway. Because of the violence we must breed in the botanical gardens, they're afraid of our flower power. We must be too brown to go green. My neighborhood is like a vinyl track, some scratches on it, but nothing's better than wax, nothing's better than circuit blackouts in the summer, playing war games when circuit breakers pop like landmines. Nothing's better than the nervous laughter of my neighborhood children who run at the sound of every bang but claim to only fear the trees and their whispers of mutiny, the way power lines hang limp on their limbs, and they swallow whole buildings whole, proves you ain't too brownstone to go green. When I don't feel flag enough to hang in my hood, I run uphill, come home to my brother's newly gap-toothed smile and swear, this is a whole new world. So when I say this is my story, I chose this art, this medium of storytelling, spoken word poetry, with the help of Urban Word NYC, to share my story. I'm standing here in front of you guys today. I'm 20 years old. I have some accolades, I guess. You know, having a book is kind of important. Just so I can share my story with you guys. And I think that is the first step to making literacy cool. I had a conversation with one of my friends the other day, and I asked her what was the last thing she read. And she told me something about, I think Obama was tweeting, and I was just like, you read Obama's tweet? That was the last thing you read? Are you serious? I don't think he even writes those himself. But there's the disconnect. That's what literacy means for our generation, and that's as scary as it is potentially powerful. I think that the first step into making literacy cool, other than getting cool people like me to wear like flowery floral print shirts and come to TED, I think the first step to literacy is reclaiming our own individual stories and infusing the power in sharing the stories. We're talking a lot about shared experiences and opening up to other people and having them understand your emotions and just the power of a community, but that's the first step. you have to be able to tell whether it's a peer or a mentee, a parent or a grandparent, you have to be able to tell them that their story is important and that it deserves to be heard because it's their story. No one else can write their story. No one else can write my story. It's my own to be heard. So I'm going to share a quote. Before that, I'm just going to say, speaking of literacy, I just need everyone to realize that this is a Gryffindor crest on my book. I don't know if that's like product dropping. Shout out to J.K. Rowling. What up? But I'm going to share a quote from one of my favorite authors. It's a little bit out of my time period, but writing is immortal. So I have never done anything except write, but I don't possess the vocation or the talents of a narrator. I have no knowledge at all of the laws of dramatic composition, and if I embarked upon this enterprise, it is because I trust in the light shed by how much I have read in my life. Gabriel Garcia Marquez. And before I end my talk, I just want you guys to know that if one story can change your life, it might as well be your own.